What a good boy. Yeah, that little nubbin still has some expression. Hi, good morning everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida, and I figured you guys might want a little check-in with Mr. Gilligan. His keeper was just over here and got him all cleaned up and hosed out some of the areas in his enclosure. I really want to show you guys his tail if he's going to lay down. And sorry, it's very loud over here. We not only have the recovery hospital air conditioning unit right there, but we also have Gilligan's air conditioning unit right there. And it's just loud. But I was so happy when I came over. I saw that Gilligan's tail, he is still able to like wiggle it around. It has some expression. There's a little nub in there. And you guys know that we got some of the results back and that it was benign, and we believe that he should be able to fully recover now that it's been removed. But his fur is growing back on it and it looks really, really good. Nice and clean. He's eating, taking his meds, relaxing, just relaxing a little bit. Ooh. So I'll give you guys a second to share this and tag each other and alert everybody that we are live here on Facebook at Big Cat Rescue. It is very, very loud over here, so I won't stay here for very long. You can see his little ear tufts moving, which means he's getting the breeze from that air conditioner. Look at you, so handsome. So I know all of you, along with me, have been very worried about our sweet Gilligan, but he's doing really well. So I thought we'd start with him. Oh, there went one of them's off. One of them's off. He's also eating and going into his little transport cage, which hopefully will be very helpful when it's time for us to move him back to his home enclosure. Right now and you're right, the cement probably is nice and cool. We only have one enclosure on our entire property that has cement, and it is this hospital recovery cage, and that is strictly to keep any cats that have incisions or wounds or anything that we need to give time to heal and to keep them out of the elements. So he'll be here for a little bit longer. I actually did hear that Dr. Justin will be coming on property later this afternoon. I don't have an exact ETA or know exactly what the plan is yet. But if I was to guess, I think he'll definitely be peeking in on Gilligan. I also know that he's going to be taking a look at Beecher. And so I don't know if that's going to be a full-on exam or not. But I will tell you what I do know, because I'm the one that logged it. I noticed a couple of days ago that when he woke up, he was severely cross-eyed looking, and his eyes are kind of not resetting for some reason. And so I charted it, and then a few other people have also noted some interesting little changes in his behavior. So Dr. Justin's gonna come take a look at Beecher today. I believe he might also most likely be checking on our 2 baby rehab Bobcats as well. But again, I won't know any of that until probably it's happening. So just trying to give you guys the heads up. We may have Explore cameras on if we're in the hospital. He might also just be doing some visual exams. Miss Priya already retired to her den. No getting her back up at this point. But I do have two other things I want to show you. There's a Dutch. Our little Dutch bunny. Hi, lady. Yeah, so we're just gonna give Beecher a little check over, make sure everything's okay with him. Gilligan, I just showed him if you guys are just now joining. And then we'll be checking in with our rehab Bobs probably at some point. But I just got a message from Victor. You guys know that we can plan and plan and plan, and we can have a whole day planned out or a whole project planned out, and then things can just change in an instant. So what happened is the pumps that run the filtration and the movement of the water for Miss Servy's cage, oh, flop, right, I know, apparently blew, and Victor's at Lowe's like right now getting all the parts and pieces and a new pump, and he said it's going to be around $500. So, and what the bummer part is we had intended, and hopefully it'll still happen today, but this will be another project to add in, is they are going to begin, they have kind of already begun construction for Manny's swimming pool, but with another delay and another big expense. So if anyone wants to donate today on this live, feel free to do so, and we'll count it towards Servals waterfall pump. We moved her to Paradise and then her water feature quit, so that's no good. So thank you if anybody's gonna donate for that today. He said we're looking at about a $500 unexpected expense for that. Isn't she precious? Yep, this is Duchess Tiger. Duchess is actually one of the least sponsored cats this month. So her, along with 4 others, have fallen into that category, which is kind of amazing because truthfully the 5 current lowest sponsored cats are really popular cats. So that tells me that you guys have just really been pouring your love out to some of the cats that aren't as well known or are a lot more shy. And so Duchess Tiger is one of those that you can sponsor, help her get her little butt back up into the at least the mid-range. You guys can do that at bigcatrescue.biz. Thank you very much for the donation. Yep, it's never ever a dull moment here, and the expenses always just kind of creep along, but you guys always make sure we're covered, and we cannot thank you enough for that. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Pauline. Thanks, Melissa. Well, since you guys are donating, and I just dubbed today's live donations will be for Miss Serval and her water feature, let's go see what she's doing. Then we will make our way down and I'll show you what has begun for Manny's pool. I know that people were getting very anxious because we were fundraising for Manny's pool like well over a year ago, it feels like. And so many things have popped up in between. There's been just a variety of things. Thank you, Sue. We had to refix the 2 pools that are going to share the same plumbing as his pool. Then we had to fix the trench and the entire ditch and all the plumbing that goes out to the lake. There have been random other major things that needed done, such as other pools and major platform fixes. Hi, Miss Servy. It's so quiet over here without your water feature. This is Servy. Yeah, say thank you, everyone. Typical Serval, thank you. Oh, I know. So Servy actually has 2 areas of like water feature pools, and so it takes a pretty big pump to keep that circulating. And you guys know that Miss Servy is our little cancer survivor. She had a mass removed off her nose in 2020 and has healed really, really nicely and has been doing really well ever since. We're just keeping a very close eye on it. So we moved her over here to this lakeside enclosure that had these water features, which you would think more water would feel like more mosquitoes, which the mosquitoes are what irritate their nose, but for some reason this particular enclosure doesn't have that issue. It's more or less the enclosures on the interior, like around the perimeter wall, that have all the ferns and things like that, and so she's done really, really well over here. Thank you guys for getting us started on that. She's like, yep, I miss my water sounds. If you guys joined in late, we did start out with Gilligan, and we did get a little view of Duchess. Now we're here with Miss Servy, grooming after breakfast. Thank you guys very much for everybody who's tagging each other and making sure nobody misses a live. I threw a wild card at you guys yesterday, so I'm not sure how many of you guys saw it, but we are starting to get those lives going over on Instagram again. They'll be a lot shorter than the ones I do here on Facebook, but I'm hoping to make them just special and interesting, and I'm going to try to do them on most of my work days, assuming, you know, something unexpected doesn't take place. I hope to do one this afternoon, but again, if Dr. Justin's coming in, then that might not be possible. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Anna. Really appreciate that. And since we're over here, I guess I should show you the whole water feature situation. So Servy has this beautiful view of the lake, and this is the giant pump that blew. So this brings in and shoots out the water. It brings in the water from the lake, which runs up into her pools. Normally all of this is like a trickling waterfall here, and it flows back out through a pipe that goes underground out through there and back into the lake. We'll walk around her front side just to show you what we're what we're donating for today. Yeah, yesterday's Instagram live, I pretty much just did a little drive around. So normally she has a waterfall here that would be actively running. And then normally there's a waterfall here, so that would be actively running. But he's at the store right now buying another one. Come back to Servy real quick. Hi, lady. I won't get any closer, I promise. You look pretty comfy. So yesterday's Instagram, I was also very excited that we had a couple people donate. That's something new that just now has been an option for me over there. So if I do a live over there, I can actually put a donate button on it for Big Cat Rescue, which is amazing. It's so quiet over here, lady. Just kind of a good thing for a live, but I love the sound of water, so. All right, well, so yeah, yesterday I really just kind of drove around and gave everybody on Instagram a little peek of just what the sanctuary looks like, because we are still closed to the general public. And so there's a lot of people that have never been here that have really horrible like misconceptions of who we are and what we do. And then we also have the people that are just curious and would love to see the property. And then we have the people that have been here and they know exactly what we're about and they desperately miss coming here. So I just did a little drive around yesterday. But my intention will be to really just kind of hang out with 1 to 2 cats for a shorter period of time in the afternoons over on Instagram. Well, thank you everybody who is helping fundraise for Servals water features. So actually, I should explain this as we're driving down real quick. Let me just kick it in reverse here for a sec. So at one point, we had to dig up this entire road that I was just driving down. This is the area that we had to get fixed, which you guys remember just a couple months ago we finally got fixed. So there's a pump down there where you see that swan. Oh, that's a real egret that just flew away. This is our massive pump for the pools. And what we had to do is redo basically the infrastructure here. So, you know, we had to rent that equipment and we had to basically dig up this whole area, fill it in with all this rock, new piping, all that good stuff. Prior to that, we had to dig up this entire road. Oh, I'm still in reverse. In order, because Simba Tiger's cage already had a pool. So everywhere that I'm driving right now had newly fresh pipe laid underneath. And that is what we were able to do to then build this pool for Max and this pool for Kimba. But there had been some issues that had popped up along the way. So both of these pools have needed redone multiple times. And then that trench, there's Kimba in the background. We saw him on Instagram yesterday. And so until we knew the infrastructure was ready to roll, we really couldn't start on Manny's, because the third pool that's going to be tied into this line is happening right now. Isn't that exciting? So the plan will be that Manny will have a pool somewhere over in this area. I haven't spoken with Victor or Mark directly to find out exactly where they're going to be doing this, but it is happening. So everybody who had already donated to Manny's pool last year, there is progress happening. So that's very exciting. Plus, we also were waiting on cameras and things like that to be installed. Certain projects had to kind of jump over other projects, but we are circling back. So Manny doesn't fully get it yet. He's unfortunately locked out of his favorite section, because the favorite section is where the pool is going. Hi! There's the man. So for anybody wondering how you can rewatch the Instagram lives, I am saving them to my phone and then I'm adding them to our IGTV channel, which is right there. So if you go to our Instagram, you will see a little symbol that looks like a little TV, and you click on that, and that's where all of our IGTV videos go. But it's also going to post in our timeline as well, like right on our feed. So you just have to go to our official page where you see all the tiles and then scroll back and you'll see the ones that have a little video in the corner. So Manny is getting a pool. Very, very exciting. So thank you again to anybody who donated. What we're doing donation-wise today is more or less for the last-minute unexpected expense of Serval needing a whole new pump for her swimming areas. Not that she swims, but she does like the ambiance. Moving water usually keeps bugs away more than stagnant water, so that's another big big push to get her. Hi, you brought me to Walkabout? I can't give you nothing, but come over and say hi. And for anybody who's been inquiring if we are open to the public, we are still not open to the general public. Even though we can get COVID vaccines, there's no such thing for the cats, and we know that the cats can catch it. So we are still wearing our masks when we are closer to the cats, when we're feeding them or doing anything involving their food or medication, which is brutally hot, but it's worth it because we love these cats. Yeah. You've got a rattlesnake tail today. So probably this afternoon, once I know that the guys get started, I'm not sure if Jamie's helping with that or not. I would imagine it will be her vision for sure. But once they really get started on the pool, I'm gonna keep trying to check in with the process so you guys can see what that's all about. Did Nikita teach you to do that? Did Nikita teach you to do that? Yeah, it's silly. That, or maybe you flung some of your breakfast on that. He's laying right outside of his feeding lockout, which is where he has breakfast every day. You are being goofy. You are being goofy. Like, nope, just gonna get some water. And then intimidate you. Lisa, that's a good question. Did the cats have issues with us all of a sudden wearing masks? For the most part, not really. I think they know who we are just by scent or sound. Amanda, from what people told me, was the only one that was really kind of acting like really unsure. But honestly, she never acted like that with me. So I'm just wondering if it was just certain people that had that issue. Maybe newer, less experienced people that she doesn't know that well. But then again, I feel like even Afton said that she didn't like the mask. I don't know. She never did that to me. So I think it just kind of depended on the cat and on the each individual person. So all right, let's go find a Jinxie since we're already back here. Thank you guys for getting us about halfway to our $500 goal to fix Servy's water features. Get those mosquitoes away from her. Victor's already at the store purchasing stuff, but we'd like to make sure that it's just funded and ready to go. Hi, buddy. Hi, here's a Jinx. Look at that silly sir. Look at that, sir. I know there was talks about also getting started on the vacation rotation platforms that you guys have helped us almost fully fund as well. So my husband is actually here 2 days in a row this week, which is unusual. He's usually only here on Thursdays to help Victor with that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what all gets done coming up soon. We're in project mode. That's a lot of fur. We gotta get the scratcher for you. Oh, who is that? Did you guys see? Oh, He just flattened himself in an instant when you walked up. That's hilarious. Did you think that he brought you treats?
I did feed him this morning. So.
Yeah, well, I know, but you're a day early and you're his operant person, so yeah, that's... Yes, he is. You're gonna disappoint him. It's just you. Just kidding. I'm just teasing. That's my husband. I'm allowed to tease him. No, he was totally standing up, like rubbing me. He left all this fur on the side of the cage, and the moment you like walked over, he dropped like he was on fire. Like literally, like he was on fire, like just woof. Are you
Victor over here in the next few minutes to start working on stuff.
Start on the pool?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell Victor we're about $260 into his 500 goal for the pump for Servy.
Awesome. They'll be excited to hear that.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. Look at him. You just not gonna move again?
I interrupt playtime, buddy.
He was just like real rubby, and then all of a sudden he hit the ground. Oh, he's following you now. Yep. I know, he's like, you equal food.
I'm like that walking, like, steak that they have.
That's what I always pictured Mama Becky as, was the giant, like, chicken wing, like, or chicken drum.
Like that ribeye that's like walking with legs. Oh yeah, look at that tail.
Oh, Lordy.
Seen Ginger this morning?
But I came from Servy.
Oh, okay. She's out here in the middle.
Is she?
Yeah. Groom it looks like from here.
What's your next move, sir?
It's already getting brutal out here.
Yep. You better have more than just 2 waters.
Yeah. This is what I'm starting with even before we start the project. I'm drinking both these, and then I'm going to go grab another one out of the Leopard lounge.
Okay.
It's nice and cold.
Yeah, I've only been wandering around and halfway on my cart, and I'm melting. Like, you see, I'm just melting.
Try to be in as much shade as possible today.
Good luck. I'm pretty sure you're literally building the pool in the sun. At least from what I could tell. Yeah. Do you know, is it going to go in front of the camera, or is it going to go off to the side where the pipes are?
I have no idea.
I don't either. That's why I tried to explain it. I was like, nope, we're just going to have to see what Victor and Jamie decide.
We did the line through here last week.
For the new cameras this way. Oh yeah, I haven't shown anybody those.
Yeah. So that's one of the cameras that's going to go right there.
Yep. So you guys see this black pole that's right here? That is where Verkada camera is going to go for Mr. Jinx, who you can see is still laying flat to the ground. And then they've got one down here for her. I think I see where the box is, so... Yeah, so Mark and Victor laid all of the electrical for this, so my guess is it's going to go... Oh yeah, where the yellow thing is, yep.
So that's going to be where there should be a camera that's going to go in there too.
So where that little yellow clip is where another Verkada camera will go. So anytime Miss Chaos is up on her platform, you'll see her. Do you know if Cyrus is getting one or no? Does it end here?
This is as far as we've gotten, but if there is one of those yellow, basically where you see one of the little yellow safety clips,
that's where one's going to go.
Where their camera's going to go. So I'm not.
Well, I hope.
Sure.
I want my boy to get one.
On the line this far down, so.
Okay. No, I don't see a clip, but.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I guess that. Well, I was gonna say, I guess that just means I gotta come hang out with him more often on my lives, because He'll be one of the ones without a camera. I don't know that for sure, but hi! Hi, mister! What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Huh?
Yeah, he don't do that for everybody, Brittany.
I know. I've been told by many people he doesn't do that for everyone. I know. Look, I brought Mark so you'll start being nice to him. He still gets a little hissy with my husband. I know.
I always get a few hisses, and then I kind of get half of what you get there. I usually just get the twirly tail.
Yeah, you get the twirly tail.
I
Aww.
don't tend to get the trills from him, so.
I know, my
We're working on
goodness.
that.
He's here to be your friend. I told him he has to bring you a sickle every time he's here.
Oh boy, I'm already screwing up, buddy.
Yep, that's
Oh
the
for 1.
that's the only way to do it.
Are you on the radio?
So it sounds like from the radio call that it sounds like they're gonna go catch Beecher now. So he'll probably be in the AC in the recovery hospital for a bit until Dr. Justin would come in. So if he does do a full exam, I will try to go live if possible. Otherwise, we potentially might have the Explore cameras on for that as well. Same thing with the exams for the baby Bobcats. It all just kind of depends on when and how, and we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys very much for joining us this morning and helping us get as close as we can to that 500 goal on this live here, and we will dedicate that towards helping Servy regain her water features. It's very quiet over there. You saw her dismay while we were there. That'll also, the moving water will really help the mosquitoes stay away from her as well. So thank you guys, and yep, check out the cameras at bigcatcams.com. And if you came in late and you missed Gilligan at the very beginning, you guys can check that out at dailybigcat.com. And head over to Instagram and find the live I did for him yesterday, and hopefully, time permitting, I'll try to do one today when they get a little bit further into the work of Manny's pool. All right, guys, thank you. If you missed the discussion about Beecher, that's also in this live, so I'm going to shut this down and you guys can rewatch it from the beginning. All right, bye, love bug. Yes, I know. That chin.